What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga career mode. This is episode number 45, and on the back of our humiliating 7-0, yep, you heard me right if you missed the episode, 7-0 home defeat to RB Leipzig. Well, I had a sit-down interview after the game to talk about why Bielefeld has struggled so much to begin the campaign off. Thrashed by Liverpool in the Super Cup, humiliated by RB Leipzig, one win in our first four in the Bundesliga and 10 goals shipped already. And our following game was Paris Saint-Germain away in our Champions League debut at the Parc des Princes. When it rains, it pours in FIFA career mode, and I knew I was going to be in for a long night in the French capital. So heading into the game on the back of the 7-0 thrashing, I was thinking, do you know what? Let's just go for it, shall we? We're probably going to lose, but let's just be brave and see what we can do. Well, 5 minutes into the game, oh, what a chance to take a shot clean in the French capital. Robin Hack going on the counter after a cleared corner, putting it wide. And I was thinking, do you know what? 7-0, absolute humiliation. Let's show what we're made of and how resilient we are. And in the opening 20 minutes, it was all Arminia Bielefeld. Hack was looking the most dangerous player on the pitch in the opening quarter of an hour, but his finishing was, well, let's just say, not the best. Another shot off target from Robin as we were still tied at 0-0, but despite being deadlocked, it seemed as though if some team was going to break it, it was probably going to be us. 23 minutes in, Julian Draxler rolls it across to Kolo Muani, but a great save by Donnarumma keeps us still tied at 0-0. But I was so encouraged by the start we'd made. Massive underdogs away in Paris, rotated a lot of our lineup on the back of a 7-0 thrashing, but we'd made the brighter start. PSG woke up after a tough beginning. 32 minutes in, great save by Zach Steffen kept it at 0-0, and then momentum totally changed. We'd had the better beginning, but then it was all PSG. A few minutes later, a golden chance to take the lead. They thought they'd done so, but Thilo Kehrer, former PSG defender, had other ideas. Messi brought Steffen out, rolled it across to Mason Mount, but a former Chelsea midfielder denied by a brilliant piece of awareness and positioning from Thilo Kehrer. We held on, still tied at 0-0 heading to the break. A point on the opening day away in Paris would have been a great result, but in the second half, momentum stayed with PSG, and right before the hour mark, they found their opener. Messi at Paris Saint-Germain is one of the greatest dribblers of all time, but in this night, it was Guendouzi whose footwork was impressing the crowd. Dribbled around two red shirts, split them, and threaded the eye of the needle to go straight through them and find a near corner and go in front. The former gunner makes it 1-0. Paris Saint-Germain have the lead and we trail in France. And I was gutted as well because we started off so well, but once PSG then started attacking, I just couldn't stop them. We were down by a goal, we were trailing, but we kept on getting the chances, and Robin Hack had another great one right past the hour mark here, but Gigi Donnarumma with a great save kept it still at 1-0. I was pushing, I was pressing, I was looking for a late leveller. Julian Draxler back at his old stomping ground after being released in the summer, almost found it for us. Another great save by Gigi kept Paris Saint-Germain in front. Our 4 minutes to go. I wasn't going to give up, look for that leveller, but Gigi Donnarumma would not let me get it. Great save on Hoffman the vet, kept it at 1-0. We were still down by a goal, desperately looking for a late equaliser and a great point on the opening night. But unfortunately, sometimes you can't be against the goalkeeper in top four. And the former Milan shot stopper with another great save, denying Kolo Muani from the corner, clearing his header away, and that was how the game would finish. Final score, PSG 1, Bielefeld 0. Back-to-back losses, back-to-back games without a goal. And such a frustrating night as well, because I actually played really well in that game. I thought I was very, very brave, really went at PSG despite the fact we were massive underdogs, and was so unlucky not to get just a one goal. Just one goal is all I needed in that game to claim a point, which I would have been so pleased with. Hack had 3 golden chances, missed a couple, and a great save by Donnarumma, denying him from getting a goal in that game. Late on as well, a couple of big saves by Gigi on Draxler, and then Hoffman and Kolo Muani. Just one of those games where you just cannot beat a goalkeeper in fine form. You've got to hold your hands up and say there wasn't much more I could have done. Final score 1-0, and what a tough start for Bielefeld. One win in all competitions to start the season off. And I've got to say, the following game, the pressure was immense and the nerves were on full display. Heidenheim, away from home, newly promoted, failed to win this game. And I would be worrying like crazy. So from the first whistle, I thought, look, we were runners-up last year. We won the Europa League. We are much better than this newly promoted side. Surely, this is the game where we kickstart our season. Only one win start the campaign off. That came away against Werder Bremen. Let's get another big win here, and let's start the season from here, shall we? So, starting the game off, we've made the brighter start. Great save, gets it at 0-0 after we hit the post early, and then 35 minutes in. Oh my goodness! so close to falling mine to Heidenheim. Stefan bailing me out. And at the break, still deadlocked at 0-0. I was seriously worried at this point, man. I was sitting there thinking, if I don't win this, I'm under immense pressure to start this campaign off, because this will be an embarrassing slip-up away and our third straight game without getting a goal as well. In the second half, we had the first chance, a great stakeout at 0-0, but following that, I couldn't create anything. Heidenheim shut the door, and I just couldn't get any chances. We had a late one here with 7 minutes to go to find that goal. I felt we'd only need one to win the game. Hubner down the right-hand side, stepping in field, rolling it across. Brekalo offloads to Neuhau. And our club record signing, who struggled to bin the campaign off, fires it wide, fails to hit the target, and with a minute of normal time to go, we were staring down the brink of an embarrassing goalless draw away against Heidenheim. We needed a hero, we needed someone to rescue us, and with virtually the final kick of the game, relief, 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 and then some more relief. Florian Kruger comes off the bench and levels it with the final kick of the game. What a camera angle, by the way. And you see the last minute celebrations and what they meant. Final score, Heidenheim 0, Bielefeld 1, and how we not found that winner there. I gotta be honest, I would have been feeling the immense pressure of, well, you never know if it was to continue, potentially getting an early season sacking, because this had been a tough start to the season, really tough. I mean, you know, our opening few games, I would have thought by now, 5 games in, we'd have like 4 wins on the board, we'd be in the top 4 place, not even in the top half of the table. Awful start, just 2 wins in our first 5 games. And, you know, we've had Bayern, we've had Leipzig, but seriously, man, such a tough beginning to season 4 for Arminia Bielefeld. And that would have been 3 straight games without a win and 3 straight games without a goal. Florian Kruger off the bench, not for the first time this season, not for the first time in this series, sorry, bailing me out, rescuing me, and giving me a much-needed pressure relieving victory. Towards the end of that game, I'm not going to lie, I was close to sweating. I was so tense, gripping the controller on the edge of my seat. Thankfully, managed to find that winner. But our final game of today's episode, goodness, Augsburg Schuko Arena. I wanted these guys to get relegated last season, because no disrespect, I've got nothing against them in real life, but I'm sick of facing them in the game. They are our bogey team. We can't beat them. I don't think we have beaten them since the series began, and now after a tough run for Bielefeld, just 1 win in our last 4 games, we've now got to take them on at the Schuko, struggling for form, struggling for confidence, and they're a side who we just can't beat. We fell behind early. Llewellyn then missed a sitter, and I was thinking, it's just the writing's on the wall, man. We can't beat these guys. We'll always lose to them. Jamie fired us back on level terms right before the break to make it 1-1, but with the final kick of the half, Bielek restores the lead. And I was thinking, you know, every single career mode you do, every single league you're in, there's always that one bogey team, isn't there? You know, you always have them. You'll have them, I'll have them. There'll always be that one bogey team where you think, how'd you beat these guys? I mean, seriously. They restored their lead right before the break. And our time, I was thinking, all right, we scraped through Hoffenheim with a last-second winner. I mean, I got to be honest, man. This has just been a disastrous start. If we lose this game, it will be a misery compiler, in the words of Spencer FC. Llewellyn found our second level of the game, as for the second time in the game, he put us back on level terms. And then 10 minutes after the restart, well, he was responsible for our turnaround. He might not have got his hat-trick, but he got the assist for our 3rd goal, rolling it across to Josip Brekalo for the Croatian 2nd of this season. And I've got to be honest here, at this point, the relief was crazy. It was so relieving against Heidenheim and relieving in this game as well. Such a difficult start to the season. We should not be struggling this much after spending so much money in the summer transfer window, but we are. We scraped past Hoffenheim. We had to come from behind at home to beat Augsburg, our bogey team, but for the first time this season, we'll look at the positives. Yes, we scraped through these wins with just a single goal. Having said that, for the first time this year, it's back-to-back wins. And based on the start we've made, I don't know how often we'll get that this season. It has been a really tough beginning for Bielefeld, but this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted this series to be, a challenge. Last year, it feels like a bit of a fluke to start this season off. Just 3 wins in our opening 6 games. It's been a very tough beginning and 12 goals shipped already. I thought by now we'd be either leading the league or right behind. Instead, after a tough beginning to the campaign, we're already playing catch-up. it's been a difficult start for Bielefeld, and let's hope I can rectify it as soon as possible, because we'll need to if we're to be in a title race this season. But that will end today's episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed, like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for next episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode very soon.